Welcome back to another edition of Grizzly Bites. My name is Scott McDonald. I'm joined by Athletic Director Jeff Konya. Jeff, you're officially on the clock here. First day.
Earning a paycheck.
Earning a paycheck.
That's right.
We don't have to get that free buddies anymore because he's actually getting paid. But first day on the job, brainstorming session, invited the community to kind of come out and tell us what our strengths and weaknesses, strengths and opportunities, and how to get to the top 10 and those kind of things. Talk a little bit about that and Monday. I mean, it was pretty exciting having all those people involved.
Yeah, it was a great collection of individuals. We had student athletes, we had coaches, we had administrators on our staff and across the broader campus. We had some of our external constituents, all about over 100 people. Put them into tables, did this brainstorming session, and got some real valuable feedback. Everybody feels connected. And you're right, we asked about what our inherent strengths are as an athletic department, as an organization, where our opportunities for growth could be, how we were going to achieve to get to top 10 status in our classification of one AAA or Division I without football. And then, what the threats to our organization. So basically a SWOT analysis people are accustomed to, but to try to get a broader brush from our constituent base.
I know everyone I talked to, there was a lot of good feedback. People were excited. When you look at the results, is there something that kind of jumped out at you as somebody who's kind of been outside coming in as a new athletic director and having the experience at Cal State Bakersfield where you kind of went in where they were just moving Division I and so you were taking them to a different level as well. Something that jumped out to you that Oakland needs to do as we move forward?
Well, it was interesting. The branding, brand awareness, public perception, marketing of the department kind of showed up as a strength, as an opportunity for growth, and what we needed to hit a home run with to become top 10 in our classification. So with that, we kind of decipher, what caused those responses in those various areas. But it was very strong that our, one of our number one opportunities for improvement came with marketing and branding and those kind of things. So it's certainly going to be a focus of ours moving forward. And
speaking of marketing and branding, we've put together some focus groups based off of some of these results, which has been very exciting. And one of the things we're rolling out is a new marketing campaign, something that, in my 8+ years at Oakland, we really haven't done before. Talk a little bit about the new marketing campaign.
Sure. Well, to have effective marketing, you need to control what you can control. And so it's a strong logo, strong word association. So you certainly want to take ownership over that inherent strength for Oakland Golden Grizzlies. And from there, we want to definitely hit on multi-platform levels. We have the social media, you have the print, you have the traditional advertising, you have television, you have radio broadcasts, and so everybody has to be kind of preaching from the same choir, so to speak. And so it has to be coordinated. And so the experience when you hit one of our touch points has to have the same messaging and has to have the same look and feel to it, so that depending how you're being introduced to the Oakland Athletic Department and our brand and what we're bringing in terms of this branding and marketing campaign, that's going to be something that resonates with our fans and our constituents. And I think you like the slogan that we've kind of come up with.
I love it. See the bear, be the bear, wear the bear, and I mean that just hits home, right? Because you spoke about the logo and the bear head, and I think that's been a struggle. And as we found out through the brainstorming session that, hey, we've had a lot of different logos here at Oakland University, not only just on the athletic side, but on the university side, and coming together and having that one logo and seeing the bear, being the bear and wearing the bear. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me, and it's exciting. And to go along with that, incorporating the community, so they're involved and they have a say in this now. And one of the things we kind of talked about, in the marketing plan and what our fans are looking for too. And I don't think this has ever been done before, but we're looking at some new looks. Talk about the new looks for the basketball floor and
Sure.
what the opportunities are going to be for our fans.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're looking to do is vote for the court. And so part of our marketing and branding rollout is to make sure that our constituency base has a voice in terms of what our predominant basketball look is going to be. I mean, you're talking with our the arena, and the reach in terms of the Horizon League and its network and what we can do from a national platform and a local platform and a regional base. From all those different perspectives, they're all going to be looking, in terms of men's, women's basketball, and volleyball at the arena and at our court, not to mention all the outside events that are going to be held there. So what look and visual identity do we want our court to have? And, that could lead to corporate sponsorship and some other things that people want to get attached with our brand about. But, we're going to put out 3 courts, and basically for a 2, 3, 4 month period, we're just going to have our fans basically vote, and whatever wins the vote for the court is going to be the new look heading into the 15-16 academic year.
And that's pretty cool, and I think the thought behind it too is maybe announce it at a basketball game and
sure,
and
yep.
Make a little competition out of it. So that's going to be exciting. Speaking of the Horizon League, we had some visitors last week. I guess they're checking up on you on week 1 on the job, but talk a little bit about
right? Well, we did in context of some coaches and some sport administration meetings, and so I think we had track and field, and we had softball, and some of the sports, and so some visitors from Indianapolis and the Horizon League came up, and for a lot of them it was their first time to be introduced and to see Oakland University and all we have in terms of facilities and our staff and those kind of things. So just to get that feedback, which was overwhelmingly positive about what Oakland brings in terms of value to the Horizon League and positioning for the future, it was good to hear. And it kind of validated everything that I went through in terms of evaluating this opportunity. And certainly a lot of room for growth and a lot of success vis-a-vis the correlation with the Horizon League. Yeah,
and Jeff did take one of the Horizon League members to a Tigers game, and I think the last 2 victories the Tigers had, you've been at. So we got to get you to more games.
Well, and I kind of joked around with Robert down at Detroit Mercy. I said, this is how you treat the Horizon League if you want to get the calls in the big basketball game, right? So I'm fully expecting when it comes down to that touch foul in the last 30 seconds, it's going the Golden Grizzlies' way.
Yeah, we had alumni night there, Oakland University, on Wednesday night. Talk a little bit about some of the alums maybe you came across. Did they kind of ask you, hey, congratulations, what are your plans? Like, anything said there that you want to share here?
No, it was, again, really positive.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of on your honeymoon period, but there was some depth to the discussions. People had an awareness of what some of the challenges would be, but certainly had the, gumption to say, hey, I'm right there with you. I want to be part of the solution. And that was really, really encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people just kind of say something and they kind of leave it and walk away, but no, they wanted to be there and wanted to engage in that conversation about how we're going to fix this together and how we're going to rise in the Horizon League and do all these great things. But it was a really great night. Met a lot of people, very, very positive with respect to the brand and this university and what we're doing, not just athletically, but the overall university and the academics and how it's growing.
That's great. And also on the branding and the marketing is, getting yourself out there visually and using multimedia to do that. And one of the things our fans are going to read about hopefully shortly here is being on TV and doing more games on radio. Talk about how important that is for Oakland and the whole athletic department.
Well, our goal is to be, in terms of exposure, when you talk about television and internet and just awareness, part of a successful branding and marketing campaign is to be able to get your brand out. And so our goal is to be the #1 sports entity in the Horizon League in terms of coverage. Whether you're talking about national platforms, if you're talking about television, or you're talking about internet-based, or you're talking about the Horizon League, or you're talking about a regional exposure, or you're talking about local, you're talking about radio, we want to have our product out and all of our products and all of our sports teams out on as many different platforms as possible. And certainly that's a goal of ours in terms of this overall campaign. And if we do well with this, it's just going to really provide some acceleration for our branding and marketing campaign. And the See the Bear, the Be the Bear, and the Wear the Bear campaign, that's all going to be kind of running parallel with what we can do in terms of our multimedia exposure.
As an alum, I know I'm excited about that. And just to wrap up here, we had Golden Grizzlies Golf Classic in July. You came out on your own dime.
I did.
Thank you for that, for for coming here.
Now, my foursome might argue with you.
But, we want to thank everyone who competed in that and helped raise money for scholarships here for our student athletes. But, is that something as you look forward, we're going to continue here, and are there going to be some more community events, so to speak, external events that you see in the future for Oakland?
Well, yeah, I think, you talk about the 5 different ways that somebody from the outside can get involved in terms of resource-based or providing some financial contributions to an athletic department. And you have your legacy giving, you have your corporate sponsorship and your tickets, you have your clubs, your booster clubs or what have you. And certainly your personal touches. Our student athletes and coaches may have folks that want to be a difference maker in their experiences. But one of them is fun activities. And that's an entry point for a lot of people in the community, just to go and kind of exhale and see what this entire brand and this athletic department is about. So golf outings are certainly fundamental in that, but we need to do about 2 or 3 of these really high-level, fun community events so that we can talk about all the great things that are going on here and bring that awareness and shed light on all those things. I mean, some of the best conversations I had at the golf outing had nothing to do with the golf or the putting, but it had to do with kind of the vision and what we're trying to build together. And so once folks have a taste of that, they can hopefully get into another category and become a donor or a sponsor, or come to a game or bring the family out. And that's kind of the hope with those events. Is sure you raise the money at that one-time event, but hopefully it's part of a strategy to make sure that we have lifelong Golden Grizzly giving.
Jeff, you can't do any better than fun events. So thank you very much
fun
for
guy. Look at me.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We look forward to more Grizzly Bites in the future, and welcome to Oakland University officially.
Thank you.